away your shackles, claim your dues, yeah. It's payday. Chip on your shoulder, sweat and dirt on your hands. Machines in slumber start to lumber outside. Head full of numbers, see the colors collide. Search safest sanctuary, dropping them dollars on you, thank you very much. By the way, no refunds, back into the boneyard, badlands we run. I saw a siren singing, shifting through the shots, a ringing, frying, burning, guts a stinging, bringing you the pain. Come on down and join the party tonight. We ain't the kind to turn away from a fight. Chips on our shoulders, sweat and dirt on our hands. 'Cause we're breaking down the borders as we light up the land, yeah. You ain't a skag, are you? Old TK's Jack is just a derelict shell. Ain't nothing left now but his notes and the smell. He used to watch over the fire and the stone. Fan fiction told me that he died all alone. Splash, bang, so corrosive, don't get close if it's explosive. Flash, gang, caustic crew, simmer and smoke in electric blue. Hiss goes the radio, vicious, malicious, a voice we know. Soon to reap the seeds you sow, bringing you the pain. Come on down and join the party tonight. We ain't the kind to turn away from a fight. Chips on our shoulders, sweat and dirt on our hands. 'Cause we're breaking down the borders as we light up the land, yeah.
Come on, drink out your ride. Oh, you know they say better to die the way
just a tired old sinner. No chips left on this shoulder.
Welcome, race fans from around the globe. Here they come, out of turn 4, to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to the 1 to Go Studios coverage of the 2021 Spring Summer Light Speed Racing League Cup Series, presented by Grid Finder, Wilder Graphics, The Butt Kicker, Sim Speed Shops, and Track Time Entertainment. Tonight we bring you coverage of Round 7 live from the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm Harold Darner for 1 to Go Studios, and thank you for tuning in tonight for the Wilder Graphics 170 Daytona International Speedway road course, NASCAR style, with the NASCAR chicane new to the Daytona road course as of last year. It should be interesting as the guys are starting to do the qualifying. The current point standings has Garrison on top with Hearn right behind him, and Leonard Frost, Rye Jones, and Ira Kohlhaas. Last week's winner at the Daytona Super Speedway was Brandon Massey, as these guys are qualifying here on the 3.56 left-right turning Daytona International Speedway NASCAR road course. In the afternoon, late afternoon conditions, 47 laps here. They'll have 3 sets of tires other than the ones on their car to use. 100% fuel, no fast repairs. Flags will not be issued since it is a road course. Competition yellow at 10 laps. So as always, we're going to have Sweat Less providing our pole award. So let's go to our sponsor. Sweatless is sponsoring our pole award, so the top driver with qualifying time tonight will get to put a cap on that pole award, sponsored by the Sweatless guys. Sweatless features a line of products like no other in athletic wear. Dry technology has solved the problem of sweat, odor, bacteria, and stains. Train more and sweat less. That's for the pole award for tonight. We'll see who's got that in a few minutes here as we're looking on at Dylan Jonas, and we'll go ahead and do our in-car here as we start to see him roll through here. Going through the NASCAR chicane here, back to the front. Landon Quisenberry has the fastest car on the track right at the moment. Tonight's grid will be provided by Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid. Grid Finder is the home of online racing communities. Browse hundreds of leagues racing on all gaming platforms. Across every racing sim every day of the week across the globe. Browse through over 1,000 racing leagues. Racing on iRacing, Assetto Corsa, and ACC. It's R Factor 2, F1 2020, and more. Looking for a commentator or streamer for your racing broadcast? Or a designer for your next livery? Grid Finder has put all of this talent in one place. Do you run a sim racing league? Make sure you upload your community to Grid Finder so that more like-minded sim racers can find you. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it's free. Grid Finder, find your place on the grid. It looks like qualification is over. Getting ready to set the grid here. So Joe Causey will be starting on the inside. Outside him, Dylan Gonis. Derek Garrison will be inside row 2. Outside is Landon Quisenberry. Aaron Hearn inside of row 3. Outside of him, his brother, Cameron Hearn, in the 6th spot. Rolling off in the 7th is Jeff Converse. And outside him, Joshua Gathright. Row 5 is Jimmy Weaver and Leonard Frost. And Andy Bergani be rolling off in the 11th spot. As your grid finder, find your place on the grid. Starting grid for the Wilder Graphics 170 here at Daytona International Speedway, Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm going to put that bull award up. And that is the default image there. So it's actually Joe Causey. I don't have a car for image for him. For the number 3 car, 156, 388. Put a cap on that. Pole award goes to the number 3 car of Joe Causey. All right, the guys are lined up on the backstretch just before the bus stop. For this is about a half a lap parade lap, and we'll be going to green flag racing. The first lap is provided by the Sim Speed Shop. Sim Speed Shop specializes in custom sim racing hardware. Sim Speed Shop's manufacturing sim racing hardware, utilizing the best components available, as well as mixing in real-life racing components when available. Customize your hardware today. Visit www.simspeedshop.com today. Getting ready to start this event for tonight. We're doing 47 laps here with a 10-lap competition yellow. Getting ready for the green flag to fly as we're in the 3rd position here. Green flag out. Around Derek Garrison into turn number 1. The 27 and the 3 side by side. In the turn 2. Quick turns 3 and 4 head into the International Horseshoe. And Joe Causey up to the front here. Dylan Gonas challenges low. Looks like he'll have the position. Coming out the International Horseshoe, the new leader in the number 27. Harrison is our points leader. He got a little bit loose. The kink there in the 2nd horseshoe. Dylan Gonas slide in that turn there. Causey's going to look to catch up to him as we get up onto the oval here. Wide on the corner off and sliding around Ooh. That's going to allow Crosby to get out in front here again. Well, these tires still kind of cold. Looking at their weather real quick here. 106 degrees on the track, so that's going to be a challenge for these drivers today as we're going through the bus stop here. The BodiesTravelWorld.com is providing our weather. Looking for a vacation or staycation? Check us out. Wilder Graphics 170, partly cloudy, the 78 degrees in the air, 106 on the track. As they're going through that NASCAR chicane there. Smoke in the back there, so somebody's gone through it in a rather interesting way. Down here with race leader Joe Causey. There's 10 drivers took to the green flag. And there they all are on your leaderboard. 10 drivers, 47 laps for the Daytona road course. 10 laps and we'll get a caution for competition yellow. Looking on to Joe Causey, tonight's race leader as of right now. Gomez back up onto the 3 there as they get up in the infield and onto the straight, the oval. And back out our blimp here to give you the full look at the racetrack at Lake Lloyd there. To the inside section there, off to the right is the guys that are going through the bus stop here. And Daytona International Airport right behind the racetrack there. You will see airliners landing throughout the event. Causey the fastest lap, 156.977. Second, 1.2 above Dylan Gomez. Dylan's got right back up on him there. He's 6/10 back. That 27 there. And the bus stop. There's 1, 2 right behind one of the other. watching here on lap 4. We have the competition yellow will be coming out a little later in tonight's event. There's Joe Causies getting to lead this event. Number 1 spot. Bonus is second. Ooh, Cameron Hearn taking that bus stop a little bit too hard. Flies off. He'll take a penalty for that one. Ford of the drivers, the Causey, Gomez, Garrison, and Converse have 0 incident points. You're watching off the nose here of the race leader now. Watching off the International Horseshoe into the kink. Number 3 car leading the way. '27 behind him there. Closest battle right now is between the 3 and the 27. Race leader Joe Causey heading into the bus stop. Back to Gomez there. And with race leader Joe Causey. See him entering here in the NASCAR turn, and Gomez behind him. NASCAR chicane on the end of 4. And back to the front stripe. Nose here, Causey. Leaders are working that infield now. Causey continuing to lead this pack, about a second over Dylan Gomez. You see right here in the cockpit view of Causey's car. Quisenberry having an issue there. It looks like in the bus stop. So Okazi now about a 2-second lead over the field, over Gonez and the rest of the group. Cameron Hearn, Sherman Williams, 15 there. And we're working lap number 7 of 47. Derek Garrison now getting up onto that 15 there. We're watching the LSRL Wilder Graphics Cup Series from the Daytona International Speedway. We're on the NASCAR road course. We're out working lap number 8 here as the 15 and the 1 are doing battle for third. We have a competition yellow coming out at 10 laps. So when the leader crosses the line, finishing lap 10, caution will fly. Looks like Aaron Hearn has disconnected, leaving us with only 9 drivers racing. As you see, his showing up as an out. And Cameron Hearn has now gotten a little bit of breathing space between him and the 1. Entering the bus stop here. He cut that grass pretty good there. Cameron's up to 5 incident points here. Leader Joe Kazi as he's coming into the International Horseshoe, working that infield. This is lap number 9. About a lap and a half before we have our competition caution. number 2 there. With a little bit of a wiggle coming off of the bus stop. And 3 and 4 now heading to NASCAR chicane. Working lap 10 now, so once Causey crosses the line, the competition caution will fly. As I said, 9 drivers still running. We're at the front 2 here with Causey and Gones coming off of the infield, heading back onto the oval. There's the closest between Quisenberry now and Converse. See these guys coming into the kink together. Quisenberry right there on Converse. And we'll get our caution here momentarily as these guys are getting up out of the high banking of turn number 1. Look at Joe Causey as he's coming out of NASCAR chicane to the front stretch into the stripe. Caution will be flown here. Caution is out. So the drivers will get a break here. And while we're there, we'll hear from our title sponsor. All right, back here we are. We are under yellow. These guys are just basically getting around to get onto the pace car. So Joe Causey leading the way here as we've gotten through with about 20% of the race. We'll give them an opportunity to get down pit road and check their tires and what kind of fuel strategy they might be able to play. Won't be any more caution flags thrown tonight, so this will be it, and we'll get back to racing. About 35 laps or so remaining. Joe Causey looking for the pace car, trying to figure out where he's at so that he can get there. There he's coming out of the pits there. So the pace car has the field, and he'll take him around, and I'm sure everybody will be coming down pit road for servicing and fuel and tires. Four pit stop start, our top five: Joe Causey, Dylan Gones, Cameron Hearn, Derek Garrison, and Landon Quisenberry. Your Sim Speed Shop Butt Kicker 2, feel what you've been missing. Top 5 for the Wilder Graphics 170. In lap 12 47. As we mentioned, the butt kicker. Let's hear from the butt kicker.
Butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
Be sure to use that code. Get yourself 20% off. Head over to thebuttkicker.com and check out their products. Don't feel what you've been missing. Pit lane is just on the other side of the NASCAR chicane. I anticipate seeing everybody coming down. Here they come.
This is for you and all the things that we've been through. I know you're wrong about the last time that we ever spoke aloud.
Everybody into pit lane. See all the cars coming in for service. A nice shot here. Hey, Jimmy Weaver without a front clip on that car. Four tires to Causey, but it looks like Gones did not. Dylan Gones with a little bit of a... He might have taken... Just had a better pit stop than Joe Causey. So new race leader Gones off the pit strategy. Actually, off of the competition caution pit servicing. We can hand that to his pit crew. Lights are still on the pace car. We just have 2 more here, so be about 32 laps remaining in tonight's event. And we get back to green flag. Riding along with Dylan Gones. Been a little bit of a delay tonight in Dylan's feed back to One to Go Studios. You can see his hands there on that wheel. Probably stick it right here just for a little while and just see the track and what kind of concentration it takes to get around this racetrack. See Dylan with his headset on through the VR system. Quite a few drivers still in the pits. That's Converse, Weaver, Hearn, Frost. Alright, safety cars, lights are out. You see that Porsche in front of Dylan. Dylan will be in control of the restart. So you'll see him turn off into the pits, and Dylan will have the ability to fire off when he's ready. So we'll stay on this shot. We'll do 1 race lap or so with Dylan, and then we'll take a look at the rest of the field. As we're getting ready to go green flag racing again. We'll have 14 down and 33 to go. Third of the way done here. All right, coming out of turn number 4. As you see in front of us is the NASCAR chicane. The pace car will pull off and allow Dylan to fire us off. Back to green flag racing here. Way, there's the pace car. Makes the turn to the left. Gonez onto the gas. You see up through the cycle of the gears there. Crossing the line. Gonna head into turn number 1. He's down through the gears. And these really heavy cars that do not like to turn. New tires. He's really having a baby that through turns 3 and 4 into the International Horseshoe. Behind his wheel there. On this really slow turn. Into the kink. And here's his engine there. He's just kind of plodding on through. He goes down through the gears now. Make this final horseshoe. He's got a short shoot here till he gets to that 180 degrees back onto the NASCAR oval right at turn number 1. Up on the high-speed oval. And then we have the next 2 turns here in the bus stop. Car getting up there in speed, 197 miles an hour. He now comes through the bus stop. There's a left turn, a right turn, another right turn, and then a left. Turn 3 for NASCAR, turn 3. And now he's starting to get into the NASCAR chicane. Make this turn there. Turtles ahead a little bit. He's making that turn over there. And I think Joe Causey is on that inside line. And Causey's going right around him. We'll go back to check out the whole track here with these guys. There's a 27, a little bit of damage. See there with him. But like I think it was Garrison that might have came off the track there. But momentarily was shot really quick. Fighting through the kink there. Gonez takes back over at the horseshoe and 3 goes underneath. Like a crossover move between the kink and the second horseshoe. 27 has the advantage here because that's the inside line that you want coming up onto the Daytona oval. 27 up to the top there. Causey on the bottom. He'll just follow up behind him. There's the front 3. The 3, the 27, and the 1 of Garrison. Garrison is our points leader. Heading into the bus stop here. Dylan Gonez upsetting that car quite a bit with the turtles there. See Garrison slide underneath Dylan Gonez. Gonez sliding there with Cameron Hearn right behind him. Garrison to take control of the second spot, a second behind race leader Joe Causey. Locking the brakes up there as Garrison is smoke pouring out of that car. Turn a little bit hot coming out of turn 2. He'll be back in that 4th position behind Gonez. Coming to the International Horseshoe. 27 looking to get around that 1 car. Big smoke off there in the International Horseshoe. So the 96 of Converse went around. So he gets it back going again. 27 on the inside of the 1 off the second horseshoe going to the 180. He's on the outside this time. But Joe Kazi just continues to work this here. Gonis getting out onto the racetrack. Hearn and Gonis to the high side. Gerson under attack by the 27 of Dylan Gonis. Hearn just kind of sitting back and watching as it happens. Into the bus stop we go. It's there pretty good. As Hearn is now within striking distance of that 27 machine. Cameron Hearn, NASCAR chicane, locks up the brakes. Round he goes. He's going to try to get that car pointed in the right direction. It's going to lose him back to 5th place now. Said earlier, these cars do not like to stop. Lots of heavy weight, even with those big brake pads and rotors. Cars do not like to get slowed down. Not like the real road cars. You have the brakes and the mechanics to slow the cars down and keep them in a straight line. These cars definitely were not designed for road courses, but these drivers will show that they can still do that. But they're all in the same, suffering the same fate, using the same setups. So everybody is dealing with the same ill-handling race car at this road course. Derek Garrison in the second spot with Gonis there, right behind him. And there was Quisenberry now. Five laps short of halfway at the Daytona International Raceway road course. Gona is right there behind Garrison again. Allowed Causey to get out to a 2.5 second lead over the second and third drivers tonight. Gomez gets underneath the one in the horseshoe, does a crossover move, the one that regains it coming out of the corner. Into the kink. And the second horseshoe. Looks like Garrison has The issue right there, coming out of the horseshoe, or out of the bus stop there. Didn't look like he took any damage, but definitely off the racing surface. So this allowed Cameron Hearn to get back up to the 3rd spot. It looks like Leonard Frost not been able to complete the NASCAR chicane. So he'll have to give up the time gained for that one. Working lap number 20. Leonard Frost in the 6th spot. Levin looking to catch up on that 8 ride in the bus stop here. We've just crossed, Joe Scalzi has just crossed the start-finish line, ending lap 20. So another 27 laps to go, and Leonard Frost missing the NASCAR turn again. All right, looking here at the 13 and the 11. That's for Ghani and Frost. We're getting close to halfway here. That's the Converse at 96 ride. The 8th spot. Well, Joe Causey continues to lead this race, and Dylan Gonez in second. There's Joe Causey in the front right there. Heading into the bus stop here with the 3 cars. He slides through the grass. Let's go back to our title sponsors. We're just about halfway. Back to the race here. If you're looking for a new set of duds, head over to Wilder Graphics on the Facebook Live side. Get something new. Take a ride on the wild side. Get with Anthony Giuliano. Show him what you give him an idea. Let him make it a reality onto your racer, your suit, or your helmet, or a combination thereof. Can make things happen for you. Got a few of these cars already here, like the Dylan Gonez number 27 machine, one of the Wilder Graphics cars. And Cameron Hearns as well. Looking at Cameron Hearn racing around here. Looking at the number 11 of Leonard Frost. Currently right there. So 25 of 47, so we're halfway through the event here. As they hit into the NASCAR chicane and back onto the front stretch. Ooh, Leonard hopping the turtle there. 75 without a front hood. This is Landon Quisenberry. Landon Quisenberry down below the 11 to take over the 5th spot. They enter into turns 1 and 2. Head off into the International Horseshoe. Partner position here between the Wilder Graphics 75, the JP Hot Chicken, I believe it was, and the disc off of the 11, Leonard Frost. A nice little battle here for the 5th spot between the 75 and the 11. Quisenberry and Frost and the Wilder Graphic Racing group there. Three and the 27 now are catching back up to the 3. Looks like he overshot turn 1. Allowed Dylan to catch back up. So we have a race here for the first position as Gones looks to the inside of the International Horseshoe. He's got a nose in there, but won't be enough as we go into the kink with the 3 in the lead. So Kazi and Gones now doing battle for the top spot. Heading out to the second of the 2 horseshoes as Dylan gets around to the outside, looking to go diving in the in here on the exit. Looks like Kazi will keep it. Getting onto the 180 back out onto the high bank part of this oval. Gones and Kazi, who are way out in front, over 8 seconds to the 3rd place driver of Cameron Hearn. Once he stretches out on the back stretch, we're about ready to get into the bus stop. Dylan Gones a little bit of rear damage on their car, slides out of the bus stop, allowing Kazi to stretch out the lead again. About 170 miles is going to be completed by these drivers at the end of this race at the 47 laps. Heading into the NASCAR chicane as you see the 27 and the 3 there. Under the flag band to complete lap 26. 21 to go. Looks like Dylan Gones has chosen to head into the pits. So Gones on the pit road after 13 laps. Looks like he's going for tires both sides. Split that down to 13 and 13, I guess. So he'll be back here right around lap 40, or maybe he thinks he'll carry it to the end for the second set. Not sure what Dylan's doing, but sure we'll be able to talk to him after the race and find out. So Dylan Gones, even by pitting, has only lost 1 spot. That's how much of a lead that him and Kazi had Everybody else is gonna eventually have to pit. He's been on those tires and fuel for 14 laps. We'll start to watch the green flag pit stops as they happen. So far, the only taker was the 27 of Dylan Gones. And it looks like Andy Berganti has got his new pit stop in as well. So he's on a fresh set as well. Causey here on 14 laps. Is he going to come down this time? Comes out of the NASCAR chicane. Right there is the entry to pit lane. He's going to keep on trucking. I'm wondering if Causey's trying to split the difference. Like I said, we went so 15 laps, and we have. So I assume the way his strategy is going, looks like he's going to split the difference, so he'll be coming down in about 2 laps if he has the fuel for that. He's got a good 8-second lead over Hearn and 18 and 26 seconds over Dylan. You can almost make the pit stop without losing any positions. Hearn will have to pit as well. So I think he's going to wait till lap 30 to come down to get service so that he will only have the last one green stop and then be done. I think Gones went in a little early, but maybe he's feeling something in the car and maybe he can stretch it out to the end. We'll find out later. So Garrison has retired, so 8 drivers remain in this Wilder Graphics 170 here tonight. Hitting the Turtles there is that number 3 car. And then I think his next lap will be his pit. Everybody else is staying out. Briganti and Gones, the only 2 that have pitted thus far that are still in the event. Coming into the bus stop for Causey. 3 is going to extend the stint at least another lap. A little bit loose coming into the second horseshoe as we're watching with Joe Causey. Here with Leonard Frost up to Causey. Causey through the bus stop, coming down to the NASCAR chicane off at turn number 4. Making that section look easy there. Hard on the brakes for the 3 there, entering 1 and 2. As he's extended that stint another lap. So this kind of tells us that Dylan should be able to make it in there, where Cameron Hearn has now pitted, giving the second spot back to Dylan. Andy Regani there, a little bit off at the International Horseshoe. Allow that 27 of Converse to slide, or not, of Gonas to slide on by there. So Regani is down a lap now. The 8 cars still racing. 7 on the lead lap. This car to go down possibly be Jeff Converse, who has not pitted yet. So 2 cars on the lead lap have pitted, as Gonas and Hearn. He should be good to the end. So Causey now coming down pit lane with an 18-second lead. See how that'll shape out as Gonas has already pitted. So we're watching the 3 now down pit lane to his number 1 pit stall. Hearn coming through the NASCAR chicane. Ooh, hits that pretty hard, as the 27 has now gotten through the 1 and 2 and is the new leader. So Gonas takes the lead on pit strategy, as Hearn is trying to get the second spot back from Causey, as Causey comes out right in front of The number 15 of Cameron Hearn. It'll be interesting to watch the 3 and the 27 now. We got about 15 laps raced of the race remaining. And Gones has 5 laps more on his tires. See how that will play into how the 3. The 3 is now got to fight with the 15 as Hearn is right there on this back grill. On the back deck of the 3 powers off, and it's like, is Andy Bergani? Or no, that was possibly Jimmy Weaver who was around there. Some lap car was spun right in front of them. And we got other people on currently in the pits. That's Frost and Weaver. The Quisenberry and Converse, the only 2 cars that have not yet pitted. Cameron blew the NASCAR chicane. He's going to have to give that time up. Nice little battle here for second spot between Causey and Hearn. To continue to battle the 3 and the 15. So the 3 is under the 15 coming into the NASCAR chicane out of 3 and 4. Causey around the 15. It's on the fastest lap of 155.964, which is almost 2 seconds faster than Gones. And almost 4 seconds faster than Dylan's last lap. .34 of 47 being worked here, so 14 to go. Everybody has hit pit lane except for the 96. Quisenberry in the 4th spot on pit lane right now. You got Leonard Frost and Jimmy Weaver right there. Converse just went down pit lane there. So Leonard Frost in the top 5 in the number 11 machine. There's the number 2, the second place car, that number 3 ride. He's got 4 seconds to make up on race leader Dylan Gones in the 27 ride. Under Frost into the tire barrier in the International Horseshoe. In the corner there was the turn as Converse comes out of the pits. The laps are continuing to tick away here at the Daytona International Speedway. Next week, we're heading to the paperclip. We have Martinsville with the Xfinity and the Cup Series. Be sure to come back and check that out. Could be very tight racing at the paperclip. It's long straightaways and really tight corners. Really big time short track racing at the Martinsville Raceway, West Virginia. Robbie Buckner and Anthony Giuliano have checked into One to Go Studios Facebook Live. Looking at Dylan, carrying him on that 27 machine. So dilly, let's go. Board with Dylan Gones and checking him out in his VR ride. As we've completed 35 of the 47. So 12 laps remaining. You can hear Dylan going through those gears. The concentration on his face, getting through the double corner there. 3 and 4 back to the International Horseshoe. He's cutting that lead down to 1.8 seconds, so this is getting closer. The number 3 ride is definitely coming. Back onto the oval, Dylan Gones. He's heading on the fastest part of the track. Into the bus stop he'll go, the 3 to 2, and down the gears. His left double right and back to the left again. Front of him is Jimmy Weaver in that number 8 machine. Here's the last car on the lead lap. Ozzy's right there at 3/10 behind, so we're going to switch back out here now. Go that fight here. As Kazi goes underneath the 27 heading into turn number 1. Kazi on the inside makes the pass in the 1. As 1 and 2 and Gones and the 3 doing battle. With 11 laps remaining in tonight's event. To the horseshoe they go. Cameron Hearn is back in the picture as well. So the front three are all together again. Causey, Gomez, and Hearn, the top three drivers going out of the infield back onto the super speedway. Joe now cheering on Hilly. In that 27 ride. Joe Causey is definitely stretching out his lead as he's passed the 27 at the beginning of this lap. Be coming back down to the stripe to receive the 10 to go. Like Andy Bergani in the 13 rides back on pit row. 6 cars on the lead lap. The 27 going over the stripe there. Will be 10 to go. Flagman gives the field the 10 to go signal. Daytona is not letting Causey get away. He's right behind him as they come out of turn 2. As they got their eyes on the International Horseshoe in that lap car of Jimmy Weaver. Cameron Hearn not that far behind the 27 of Dylan Gomez. Three, 27, 15, the top 3 drivers. You see them all pretty much on your screen. They're in the short chute for the 180 on back onto the oval. Back to the bus stop as you see these guys coming around. You know, coming to the stripe there, Weaver last on the lead lap, and then our leaders. Heat 7 a little hot getting into that corner. Allows Hearn to come up and into the grass. The 27 goes. 15 slides it through the turn. To put Hearn into the second spot. Bone is right there on his tail. 9 laps remaining. Seems to have the infield very well down, but loses time elsewhere as he's right there on the 15 again, coming out of the infield section. Jonas in the 15 continuing As looks like the race leader has gotten around Jimmy Weaver, and he's starting to step out now. 3 seconds over Hearn. Turn around Jimmy Weaver there. Across the stripe here, there'll be 8 laps to go. Eight laps remaining. So everybody should have fuel to the end. Dillon grabbing a little bit of that inside line there caused the car to snap out on him. Able to gather it up without any issue. Around Jimmy Weaver they go. So Weaver down a lap. So 5 cars, all the top 5 are on the lead lap. Leonard Frost, the last car on the lead lap. And you see the 96 of Jeff Converse, who's 2 laps now, working with the 27. Causey's still the leader here. Looking at the number 3 car. Just lapped the number 11 of Leonard Frost, so only 4 cars on the lead lap. You're looking at 6 to go with the stripe here. Frost here is in the 5th spot, lap down. See Cameron Hearn getting around in there in the NASCAR chicane. About 3 seconds behind Joe Causey. Dylan Gonez. He crosses the stripe. 6 laps to go here. At number 27 or 75 of Quisenberry, number 31. 1 minute 31 seconds behind Jones. So Joe Causey continues to lead us here. We're getting the 5 to go signal crossing the line. Then Hearn, Gones, and Quisenberry, the top 4 on the lead lap here. You can see at 11, that 27 ride right there. This way, so trying to get around lap traffic as he does there. 5 laps to go, as you see on your screen there. Jimmy Weaver down in the pits. He may have disconnected. Looks like he has. So 7 drivers continuing to put times down here. There's that 27. He said Dylan Gones. Race leader. He's on the high bank there. Coming to the stripe. Will be 4 to go here. Gone is back on the pit row. 4 to go to Kazi. We'll have to ask Gomez about that when he gets done with the race to what his strategy was. As you see that number 3 in the nationwide blue and white car here, continuing to put the laps down with 4 to go, working through the infield section. The 15 of Cameron Hearn, back to the race leader. The 3 going through the NASCAR chicane back to the stripe. So 3 to go here for the 3 car. Around Andy Brigani there. Through the bus stop on the backstretch. 3 goes. And this time you'll see the 2 to go signal from the flagman. He works down through the gears, the NASCAR chicane. Cameron Hearn not quite making that turn. 2 seconds behind race leader Joe Causey. It's 2 to go signals given to the number 3. Working the international horseshoes, that number 3 machine. 15 right behind him. Will Cameron Hearn get close enough to make an attempt for the pass? Or are we out of time? Back onto the high-speed oval. The 3 goes, followed by the 15. A lap and a half left in this system. Two laps to go. Come around this time, it'll be the white flag for the number 3 car. White flag is out. And 1 to go, presented by 1 to Go Studios, as the number 3 car takes white flag from the flagman, entering 1 and 2. There he goes. And our final lap. Cameron Hearn. Something happened there. He's way back off pace. No one around the 3, so he's just going to take it easy here on this final lap. Joe Kazi heading back up to the oval. Back stretch, he'll come. The bus stop and the chicane left, where he receives the checkered flag. In turns 3 and 4. One more set of turns to go for Joe Kazi before this one is in the books. Coming to the checkered flag is Joe Kazi, as the checkered flag is in the air, and Joe Kazi has crossed first for the conclusion of this Wilder Graphics 170 at the Daytona International Speedway NASCAR Road Course. What a night for the number 3 nationwide car. We'll go and send it off to our title sponsor as we try to catch up with these drivers. So we're going to start talking to our drivers here. We'll go over the results one time real quick here. There's your results for the Wilder Graphics 170 provided by the Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid for the LSRL Wilder Graphics 170. Causey, your winner, followed by Hearn, Gomez, Quisenberry, Frost, Converse, Bergani, Weaver, Garrison, and Hearn. That was your 10 drivers and where they finished tonight at the Daytona International Speedway NASCAR Road Course. The race summary, the Track Time Entertainment. Check that out. We had 1 caution for 3 laps. That was our competition caution. Joe Kazi, fastest car and the winner of the race. That's your Track Time Entertainment race recap. Check out Track Time Entertainment to customize your rig today. Alright, I'm going to try to get a hold of old Dylan up here. Hey, Dylan Gonez, you're up here with Harold, man. 27 car. I mean, you were up there running some good laps for a while. I will pull you up in your side-by-side rig since you're one of our drivers that's providing us feedback directly.
Running out of fuel coming to the start-finish line here.
Well, you made it to the picture, right?
Oh, yeah. How's it going tonight, fellas?
Dylan Gonez on your screen there with finally took his helmet off, or his VR headset. Looks like it might have been kind of sweaty.
Oh, yeah, it's always sweaty in this thing, but once you go VR, it's hard to go back.
Definitely. So, man, strategy. I know Wednesday night you found out that you didn't go in the right spot, and it looked like you didn't go in right on this one either.
No, I need like a crew chief or something. I got these ideas in my head while I'm running. I'm like, oh yeah, this will get them for sure. Pop in, pop out. Like, all right, 10-second gap, 10-second gap. Like, oh yeah. And then next thing you know, like, oh, they're right behind me already. I was good on fuel, but I thought they were already gone. I thought I would bolt on another set to get the fastest lap, which I think I got. Did I get her?
Nope.
You're kidding.
Joe put a 155.9.
Disgusting. That guy's so fast. Oh, yeah, that just goes to show you he deserves a win. Competition caution, he overshot his stall, and that got me the lead. And I knew he had more pace than me, so we had a couple good battles back and forth there. And yeah, it was fun. It's a long, long race, this one.
Yes, definitely. The Daytona road course is definitely a challenge because you have those high speed areas, and then you have the very technical corners, and at least you get a breather on the back set, right?
Oh yeah, well it's stressful all the way around. It's especially trying to gun down a quick guy like Joseph and having Cameron on my Sadaka. It's nuts, man. Like, it's just pure stress. Mike, I need to go to the chiropractor after that race.
Definitely lots of turns, lots of issues, and you guys did pretty good. I think you kept the car relatively clean a couple times. I think it was like 3 and 4. You'd grab that left tire sometimes right there where the pit road comes out, and it caused the car to jump to the right.
Yeah, I did a couple times. After that competition caution restart, I got kind of cornholed there going into one, so I was hoping it wouldn't affect my pace, but it wasn't. It's just strategy got me again, but yeah, it's fun. Joseph definitely deserves the win.
All right, before we let you go, man, who you want to thank, and look forward to Martinsville next week.
You guys again for sure. And although my car doesn't say it, but Wilder Graphics put this car together for me too. This Lamb of God car looks pretty sweet. I get lots of compliments on it. iRace Designs converged with Wilder Graphics, and yeah, so they put this car together. I'd like to thank them and you guys.
All right, Dillagones bringing it home, third spot for tonight. Off to Martinsville for the next race. We'll see you next week on Wednesday night in the Xfinity cars at the Paperclip.
Thanks, Harold.
All right, catch you later. All right, now we're going to move over to Joe Causey at number 3 ride. Put him away. There we go. Joe Causey. Put him in here. Joe Causey, you're in the booth with Harold Arner, man. Want to Go Studios. You're tonight's winner of the Daytona International Speedway NASCAR road course. And that second chicane seems to have been everybody's trouble tonight. Seen you bounce the turtles a couple times.
Yeah, that thing. I don't like the second chicane here. But you just got to get through it. Mostly if you take a wide enough arc out and, shoot it back in, you get a good run off. So basically what you got to do all race to make it happen.
It was definitely a rough track. I mean, you had Dylan had you by 8 seconds after completion of green flag pit stops, and you were able to eat into that quickly. You actually put the fastest lap of the race down during that section, and a 155.9.
Awesome.
So
awesome! I was blazing that.
Yeah, you were catching about at one time almost 2 seconds a lap. So
yeah,
that's why you got up to him pretty quickly there. So I mean, this is like Dilly kind of put it up, man. This track can be a beast. I mean, it's so long and it changes so much from one end to the other. You have the very technical infield, and then the wide open spaces of the super speedway, and then that really fast bus stop on the backstretch, and then you almost got to be stopped going through the NASCAR chicane off of turn 4.
Oh yeah, it's so hard. I see Cameron. He's able to dive it off in there. I'm not gutsy enough to want to do that because he could you could really eat it off in there and freaking you get that penalty and whatever. But freaking, I usually try to hit my brake marker around right at the 7 mark, and then if you get it wound up pretty good right at the 7, and then cruise it off in there.
Yeah, it's definitely a very difficult track. I know. I was competing, do the usually the NISs for for iRacing, and we got to this one, and I was like, I don't know. It's just you like coming out of the kink, you almost got to stop for the second horseshoe right at the kink or right out of it. So these cars are so darn heavy.
Yeah.
You're just carrying so much speed that these brakes just can't handle it. I mean. And then plus, I did a 24-hour Daytona race in the BMW GTD car, and those cars are set up to do straight line braking and no problem.
Heck yeah, they take this track like it's no problem.
Yeah, those big NASCAR cars, they definitely do not like to stop and turn right. They hate turning right. I think it's like the turning left that seemed to be all right.
Maybe this new car will alleviate that some.
I've been seeing the forums saying that with the 40 horsepower reduction and the way the body's designed, it seems to be better for short track and road courses. Maybe that's the point. Considering I'm an old salt, and I think we got way too many road courses in the season as it is. 2 is fine. The 5 and 6 is a little much. So.
I'm gonna enjoy to see Road America. That one I think I'll enjoy to watch though.
I'm still hurt. I'm still butthurt that the Brickyard is actually gonna be gone.
Yeah, that is
running
true.
A road course. I'm like, what? Come on. It's like, but it's older guys. We got to make way for the new people, I guess, and things are changing. So
exactly,
making sure that these guys have to be able to turn left and right, and it's the joke around, right? So, all right, the number 3, man. It looks like what is it? That's Junior's nationwide card she got there.
Yeah, I found it on Trading Paints. I picked it up. I figured, hey, I'll go ahead and throw this on there. It's pretty cool.
I figured it was his, just the way it looked, and I see it was numbers kind of zoomed in, and I could see the signature now. So I was like, I thought that was his paint scheme, but I don't know. But there are plenty of painters, and matter of fact, this league is sponsored by one. The Wilder Graphics. So send something over to Anthony and have him paint you up something that's you. Get some duds. Get your own set of duds, man.
Freaking tree would have hit my house the other day. Maybe I would have.
All right, Joe. Going to Martinsville next week. You got anything for these guys there? I mean, the Paperclip is a totally different racetrack. Those really long straightaways and the really, really small turns and, flat track and short track all in one.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm okay at Martinsville. I'm not the greatest. And he's probably really good as well. He's everywhere we go, he's there. Yeah,
it's a very big tempo track, that's for sure. So
yeah.
All right, before we let you go, man, who you want to thank for your win here at the Daytona the International Speedway tonight?
I'd like to thank Jeff Converse helping me get in here, and my whole team with Andy Brigante and them. Performance in Sport, and I don't know who else. Well, I guess my wife. Thank you to my wife for buying all this expensive stuff.
Yep. If they only knew. Oh,
she knows.
She knows. Okay. Some things don't always come out. It's kind of like, you don't tell them how much you spend on the fishing poles either. All right. Joe Causey bringing home the checkered flag tonight for the Wilder Graphics 170, the Wilder Graphics Cup Series. We'll see you next week, man, for the next set of races coming up.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, it was Joe Causey, tonight's winner. We'll go back over the results again. Joe Causey, Cameron Hearn, Dylan Gomez, Landon Quisenberry, Leonard Frost, Jeff Covers, Bergani, Weaver, Garrison, and Hearn. That's your grid finders. Find your place on the grid. Final results for tonight's race. I'm Harold Arner, One to Go Studios. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors and you, the viewers, for coming in and checking us out. Martinsville's next, same time, same place. So I'm Harold Arner again with One to Go Studios, and we'll see you at the next turn. What an exciting race brought to you by One to Go Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Thank you to all our sponsors, drivers, and viewers. We'll see you at the